Welcome back to the channel BBC Coin. Today, we are diving deep into one of the most talked about coins in the world of collectors, the 1975 Liberty 1-cent coin with no mint mark. And here's the big question. Is it really worth $1,200 or more? Or is that just another internet myth? Stay with me, because the truth might surprise you, and it could change the way you look at every coin you own. Let's start with the basics. The 1975 1-cent coin is part of the famous Lincoln Memorial Penny Series. On the front, you'll see Abraham Lincoln's portrait, along with the word Liberty, the year 1975, and the phrase "In God We Trust." Now here's where things get interesting. Many people notice that some 1975 pennies have no mint mark under the date, and immediately, they assume something rare is going on. But in reality, this is completely normal. Coins made in Philadelphia during that time did not include a mint mark at all. So if your 1975 penny has no mint mark, it simply means it was produced in Philadelphia, not that it's a rare error. Yes, you heard that right. No mint mark does not automatically mean rare. Now before you get disappointed, don't click away just yet. Because while most of these coins are common, some versions of the 1975 penny can still be extremely valuable, but only under certain conditions. Let's talk about value. A typical 1975 penny with no mint mark, in circulated condition, is usually worth just a few cents. Basically, it's copper value. Even in uncirculated condition, many examples sell for just a few dollars. But here's where things change. If your coin is in perfect, high-grade condition, collectors call this mint state, especially with a bright red color, then its value can jump significantly. In fact, top-quality examples have sold for thousands of dollars at auction, sometimes reaching several thousand depending on grade and rarity. Now let's address the big claim. Can a 1975 no mint mark penny be worth $1,200? The honest answer is yes, but only in very rare cases. For a coin to reach that kind of value, it must be in near-perfect condition, often graded MS67 or higher by professional grading companies. These coins are extremely hard to find because most pennies were heavily used in daily transactions. So if you're holding a worn or scratched coin, it's very unlikely to reach that price. But wait, there's more. Another factor that can increase value is minting errors. And this is where things get exciting for collectors. Some 1975 pennies have rare errors like double die errors, where letters or numbers appear doubled; off-center strikes, where the design is misaligned; clipped planchets, where part of the coin is missing; or small die cracks and unusual marks. These errors can turn an ordinary penny into something worth tens, hundreds, or even more dollars depending on how rare and visible the error is. Now imagine this. You find a 1975 penny in your drawer. At first glance, it looks ordinary. But then you notice something unusual. Maybe the lettering looks doubled, or the coin is perfectly preserved with a bright red shine. That's the moment collectors dream about. Because that's how hidden treasures are discovered. But let's clear up one major confusion that spreads all over social media. Many viral videos claim that every 1975 penny with no mint mark is worth thousands. That is simply not true. Experts clearly state that these coins were produced in the billions, making them extremely common in normal condition. So if someone tells you your average 1975 penny is automatically worth $1,200, you should question that information. Real value comes from rarity, condition, and errors, not just the absence of a mint mark. So how can you check if your coin is valuable? Here are a few simple steps. First, look at the condition. Is the coin shiny and red, or dull and worn? Second, check for errors. Use a magnifying glass to inspect the letters, numbers, and edges. Third, compare your coin with verified examples online or consult a coin expert. And finally, if you believe your coin is truly special, consider getting it graded by a professional service. That's where real collectors determine its true market value. Now let's talk about something exciting. Why are people so obsessed with coins like this? Because coins are more than just money. They are pieces of history. Every scratch, every mark, every detail tells a story of where that coin has been, from someone's pocket, to a store, to possibly ending up in your hands today. And sometimes, hidden among millions of ordinary coins, there are a few rare gems waiting to be discovered. So the next time you see a 1975 Liberty 1-cent coin with no mint mark, don't just ignore it. Take a closer look. Because while most are common, a small number could be worth much more than you expect. Before we end, let's recap the truth. A 1975 penny with no mint mark is normal. It was made in Philadelphia. Most are worth only a few cents. High-grade coins can reach hundreds or even thousands. Rare errors can significantly increase value. And yes, in rare cases, values around $1,200 or more are possible, but only for exceptional coins. So here's your challenge. Today we are talking about one of the most mysterious and fascinating coins in US history, the 1982 Liberty 1 cent coin with no mint mark. And trust me, by the end of this video, you might want to check every single coin you own. Let's begin with the basics. The 1982 Lincoln penny, also known as the Liberty 1 cent, is not just another ordinary coin. In fact, it is considered one of the most complex and collectible coins ever produced in the United States. Why? Because 1982 was a transition year. During this year, the US Mint made a major change. They switched the metal composition of the penny from mostly copper to zinc. That means some coins were made of heavy copper, while others were made of lighter zinc. And here's where things get interesting. They didn't just change the metal. They also created different styles of the date, small date and large date. Combine these factors, and you suddenly have multiple versions of the same coin, all looking similar, but with very different values. Now let's talk about the star of this video, the 1982 coin with no mint mark. If your coin has no mint mark, it means it was produced in Philadelphia. But don't assume that makes it common or worthless. Because some of these Philadelphia coins are extremely rare, especially when you combine the right features. Here's what makes this coin valuable. First, the metal composition. Copper coins weigh around 3.11 grams, while zinc coins weigh about 2.5 grams. Second, the date style. Small date coins are much rarer than large date ones. And third, the condition. Coins that are uncirculated, shiny, and well preserved can be worth significantly more. Now let's talk about the value, the part everyone is waiting for. Most ordinary 1982 pennies are worth only a few cents. But rare versions? That's a completely different story. High-grade examples of 1982 no-mint mark coins have been recorded selling for thousands of dollars, even reaching over $4,000 in top condition. And yes, certain collectible pieces in excellent condition can easily reach a market starting value of $1,200. That's the power of rarity plus condition plus demand. But wait, there's more. One of the biggest reasons collectors are obsessed with this coin is because of confusion. Yes, confusion. The 1982 penny has so many variations that even experienced collectors sometimes struggle to identify them correctly. This confusion actually increases demand, and where there is demand, there is value. Let's break down how you can check if your coin is valuable. Step 1. Look at the date. Is it small or large? Small date numbers appear thinner and more delicate. Step 2. Check the weight. If you have a scale, weigh your coin. If it's around 3.11 grams, you may have a copper version. Step 3. Check the condition. Does it shine? Are the details sharp? Any scratches or wear will reduce value. Now imagine this. A simple coin, sitting unnoticed for decades, suddenly becoming a collector's dream. That's exactly what has happened with the 1982 Liberty 1 cent. Collectors love coins that tell a story, and this coin tells one of change, confusion, and hidden rarity. And here's something even more exciting. Some rare coins from this year have sold for over $10,000, especially those with unique combinations or errors. Now, not every coin will reach that level, but the possibility alone is enough to make collectors search endlessly. Let's talk about errors. Error coins are like jackpots in the coin world. Today, we are diving deep into one of the most talked about coins in the collecting world, the 1984 United States Liberty 1 cent coin with no mint mark. And here's the shocking part. Some of these coins have reached values starting from $1,200 and even more under the right conditions. So before you skip this video, make sure you watch till the end, because you might already own one of these hidden treasures. Let's begin. The 1984 1 cent coin belongs to the famous Lincoln Memorial Series, one of the longest-running coin designs in United States history. On the front, you see the iconic profile of Abraham Lincoln, a symbol of strength and unity. On the back, the Lincoln Memorial stands proudly, representing American heritage and history. Now here's where things get interesting. This coin was produced in massive numbers. Billions were minted. In fact, over 8 billion of these coins were struck in Philadelphia alone, which is why most of them are considered very common. And yes, if you're holding a normal 1984 penny right now, its value is probably just 1 cent, maybe a few cents more depending on condition. So how can the same coin suddenly be worth over $1,200? That's where rarity and errors come into play. The key detail in this video is no mint mark. Many people think this automatically makes the coin rare, but that's not entirely true. In 1984, coins without a mint mark were actually made in Philadelphia, and this was completely normal. So don't get fooled. No mint mark alone does not make your coin valuable. But here's the twist. Some 1984 no mint mark coins have a special and extremely rare error known as the double ear or double die obverse. Take a very close look at Abraham Lincoln's ear on your coin. If you notice a clear doubling, almost like there are 2 earlobes, then you might be holding something truly special. This tiny mistake happened during the minting process when the die used to strike the coin was misaligned. The result? A visible doubling effect that collectors go crazy for. And here's the real value. Coins with this rare doubled ear error have sold for anywhere between $100 to over $3,000 depending on their condition. Yes, you heard that right. Even more surprising, extremely high-grade examples, coins that look almost brand new, have reached auction prices of several $1,000s, with some rare cases climbing close to $10,000. Now you might be wondering, what makes one coin worth a few cents and another worth over $1,200? The answer comes down to 3 key factors. First, condition. Coins are graded on a scale from worn out to mint condition. A shiny, untouched coin with its original red color is far more valuable than one that has scratches, dirt, or fading. Second, color. Collectors categorize pennies into 3 types: brown, red-brown, and full red. The more original red shine your coin has, the higher its value can climb. And third, rarity. Errors like the doubled ear are what truly drive the price up. Without an error, even a perfect coin may only be worth a few dollars. But with the right error? That's where the magic happens. Let's talk about the hype you see online. You've probably seen videos or posts claiming that every 1984 penny with no mint mark is worth thousands. That's simply not true. Most of these coins are extremely common and sell for less than $1. But, and this is important, a small percentage of these coins, the ones with rare errors and in excellent condition, are the ones that reach values starting from $1,200 and beyond. So if you want to check your coin, here's what you need to do. Take a magnifying glass or use your phone camera. Zoom in on Lincoln's ear. Look carefully for doubling. Also check the overall shine and condition of the coin. If your coin looks worn out and normal, it's likely not valuable. But if you spot something unusual, something different, don't ignore it. Because that one small detail could turn a 1-cent coin into a life-changing discovery. Another important thing to understand is the material of the coin. The 1984 penny is made from copper-plated zinc, not solid copper. This change happened in 1982 due to rising copper prices. Today, we are diving into one of the most surprising coins in modern American history, the 2016 United States Liberty 1-cent coin with no mint mark. A coin that most people ignore, but collectors are quietly hunting. And here's the shocking part. Some of these coins have reached values starting from $1,200, and even more.